Welcome to Damal Consult Career Academy. If you're preparing for a cybersecurity specialist interview in New Zealand for IT and security jobs in 2025, this video is for you. Today, we'll cover the top 10 interview questions and sample answers you need to know to stand out and impress your future employer. Whether you're just entering the cybersecurity field or looking to advance your career, this guide will give you the confidence and edge you need. Let's get started and help you secure your dream job. 1. Can you explain the difference between vulnerability assessment and penetration testing? A vulnerability assessment is the process of identifying, classifying, and prioritizing vulnerabilities in a system, network, or application. It focuses on finding potential security weaknesses without actually exploiting them. The goal is to provide a comprehensive list of vulnerabilities that need to be addressed. On the other hand, penetration testing, often called pen testing, goes a step further. It simulates a real-world cyberattack to actively exploit vulnerabilities and assess how a system would stand up to an actual threat. The goal of penetration testing is not just to find weaknesses, but to demonstrate how they could be exploited and the potential impact on the organization. In short, vulnerability assessment identifies weaknesses, while penetration testing shows how those weaknesses could be exploited in a real attack. 2. How do you stay updated on the latest cybersecurity threats and emerging technologies? I stay updated on the latest cybersecurity threats and emerging technologies through a combination of continuous learning and active engagement with the cybersecurity community. I regularly follow reputable sources such as the New Zealand National Cybersecurity Centre NCSC updates, international sites like Krebs on Security, ThreatPost, and Darkredding. I also subscribe to cybersecurity newsletters, attend webinars, and participate in online forums such as Reddit's, RNetsec, and LinkedIn security groups. Additionally, I complete relevant certifications and short courses when new technologies or standards emerge. This proactive approach ensures I stay ahead of evolving threats and can recommend up-to-date security strategies to protect organizational assets effectively. 3. What steps would you take if a company experienced a ransomware attack? If a company experienced a ransomware attack, I would take the following steps. 1. Isolate the affected systems immediately to prevent the ransomware from spreading further across the network. 2. Identify and assess the scope of the attack, determining which systems, files, and data were compromised. 3. Notify key stakeholders and activate the incident response plan, including informing the internal cybersecurity team, senior management, and any required regulatory bodies if necessary. 4. Preserve evidence by capturing forensic images and logs to assist with investigation and potential legal action. 5. Avoid paying the ransom, following best practices and government advice, and instead focus on restoring systems from clean, secure backups. 6. Remove the ransomware by cleaning the infected systems and ensuring all vulnerabilities exploited by the attacker are patched. 7. Restore systems and data from backups after thoroughly ensuring the environment is clean and secure. 8. Conduct a post-incident analysis to understand how the attack happened and what weaknesses were exploited. 9. Update security measures and employee training, patch vulnerabilities, strengthen access controls, and revise incident response plans to prevent future incidents. 10. Report the incident to any required authorities, such as SAT-NZ, and maintain transparency as needed with clients or affected parties. My approach is focused on quick containment, thorough investigation, full recovery without rewarding attackers, and strengthening defenses for the future. Before we proceed further in this video, if you're getting ready for a cybersecurity specialist role in New Zealand, this is for you. We've created a powerful ebook titled Cybersecurity Specialist Interview Questions and Answers for NZIT and Security Jobs. It's packed with up-to-date technical, situational, and behavioral questions, detailed sample answers, and here's the best part, it's very affordable. And right now, you can get it at 50% off. Click on the sealer or fourth wall link in the description box of this video to download your copy instantly. To order, simply visit Sealer.co or click the fourth wall link in the description. For more details, chat with our online customer care representative on WhatsApp or email. Don't miss out, get your copy today and ace your cybersecurity interview. 4. How do you ensure compliance with New Zealand's cybersecurity and data privacy regulations? To ensure compliance with New Zealand's cybersecurity and data privacy regulations, such as the Privacy Act 2020 and the New Zealand Information Security Manual NZISM, I follow a structured approach. First, I stay updated on all relevant legal and regulatory changes through official government updates, industry webinars, and professional cybersecurity groups. Next, I implement security frameworks like ISO 27001 and align internal policies with national standards and best practices outlined in the NZISM. I also conduct regular risk assessments and security audits to identify gaps. And I work closely with legal and compliance teams to ensure that all data handling processes from collection to storage and disposal meet regulatory requirements. Additionally, I ensure that staff are trained through awareness programs so that compliance is embedded into the organization's culture. Finally, I maintain detailed documentation and incident response plans to demonstrate due diligence and ensure we can act quickly if a breach occurs. 5. Can you describe your experience with security frameworks like ISO 27001, NIST, or CIS controls? Yes, I have experience working with several prominent cybersecurity frameworks, including ISO 27001, NIST, and CIS controls. ISO 27001. I have been involved in implementing and maintaining an information security management system ISMS based on the ISO 27001 framework. This involved conducting risk assessments, defining security controls, and ensuring compliance with the standards for data protection. I worked closely with the management team to ensure that the organization's information security practices were in line with the ISO 27001 requirements, which helps strengthen our data protection posture and reduce security incidents. NIST National Institute of Standards and Technology have applied the NIST Cybersecurity Framework (CSF), particularly its 5 core functions: identify, protect, detect, respond, and recover. I used the NIST framework to assess our organization's cybersecurity risks and develop policies and strategies to mitigate those risks. In particular, I've utilized NIST's 800-53 and 800171 standards to ensure compliance with federal and industry-specific cybersecurity regulations. CIS controls. I am also familiar with the CIS controls, particularly the implementation of critical security controls to harden systems and networks. I've led the adoption of these controls within our organization, such as ensuring secure configurations for hardware and software, managing vulnerabilities, and ensuring effective incident response processes. Using these controls, I was able to significantly improve the organization's security posture and reduce the attack surface. Overall, I've found that each of these frameworks provides valuable, actionable steps for building and maintaining a strong cybersecurity program. I leverage these frameworks to continuously assess risks, ensure compliance, and adapt to new threats while aligning security practices with business objectives. 6. What is the first thing you would do if you detected suspicious network activity? The first thing I would do is assess the situation and verify if the suspicious activity is indeed malicious or simply a false alarm. I would begin by checking the network logs, monitoring real-time alerts, and analyzing any anomalies in the network traffic or system behavior. If the suspicious activity is confirmed, I would isolate the affected systems to prevent the potential spread of the threat. This could involve disconnecting the compromised system from the network, or blocking certain IP addresses that appear to be involved in the suspicious activity. Next, I would document the incident thoroughly to maintain an accurate record for analysis and reporting. I would then proceed to investigate the source of the activity, including identifying the attack vectors, any compromised credentials, and the possible scope of the breach. Finally, I would initiate an incident response protocol, collaborating with relevant teams like IT, legal, and communications to contain the issue and remediate the damage. Afterward, I would perform a thorough post-incident analysis to prevent future occurrences and update security measures. 7. How do you approach educating and training employees on cybersecurity best practices? Educating and training employees on cybersecurity best practices is essential to protecting the organization. My approach begins with assessing the current level of cybersecurity awareness among employees. This allows me to tailor the training program to meet the specific needs of different teams and address the risks they face in their roles. I then create engaging and relevant training content, ensuring that it is both understandable and practical for everyday tasks. I often use interactive methods like videos, infographics, and quizzes to make the training both engaging and informative. The topics I cover include phishing prevention, password security, secure internet practices, and safe use of company devices. I understand that cybersecurity threats are always evolving, so I make sure that the training program isn't a one-time event. Instead, I conduct regular refresher courses and provide timely updates on new threats and emerging trends. This continuous learning approach ensures that employees stay informed and equipped to handle new challenges. Additionally, I implement simulated phishing campaigns to test employees' ability to recognize malicious emails and links. This hands-on approach allows them to learn in a safe environment and better prepare for real-world threats. Finally, work on fostering a strong security culture within the organization. By encouraging open communication and providing easy access to resources for reporting potential threats, I help employees feel confident in contributing to the company's cybersecurity efforts. Ultimately, I aim to make cybersecurity an ongoing responsibility for everyone in the organization, not just a compliance requirement. 8. Can you walk us through a time you handled a security incident or breach? What was the outcome? A specific incident I handled involved a phishing attack, targeting several employees at a previous company I worked with. It began when one of the employees unknowingly clicked on a link in a seemingly legitimate email, which led to a malicious payload being downloaded onto their workstation. The malware attempted to spread across the internal network. The first thing I did was to immediately contain the threat by isolating the compromised system to prevent the malware from spreading further. I instructed the user to disconnect from the network and remove the device from the domain to limit any potential access to sensitive data. I then initiated a forensic investigation, examining system logs, analyzing network traffic, and using endpoint detection tools to identify the scope of the breach. Fortunately, we had multi-factor authentication (MFA) set up, which prevented unauthorized access to critical systems. During the investigation, I worked closely with the IT team to patch any vulnerabilities and ensured that the appropriate departments were informed, including management and legal, to assess if any data had been exfiltrated. After containing the attack, I performed a system-wide scan to ensure no other devices were compromised. We also implemented additional email filtering and endpoint protection protocols to strengthen our defenses against similar attacks in the future. Following the incident, we conducted a post-mortem review to understand the root cause and developed a stronger training program for employees, focusing on phishing awareness. Additionally, We enhanced our phishing detection tools and reviewed internal security policies to improve our overall security posture. The outcome was that we managed to contain the incident without any significant data loss or unauthorized access. The incident led to increased employee awareness about phishing, improved security protocols, and stronger measures to prevent future attacks. 9. What tools and technologies do you prefer for threat detection, incident response, and system hardening? 1. For threat detection, I rely on a combination of intrusion detection systems, IDS, and SIEM security information and event management tools. Some of my preferred tools include Snort and Suricata for network intrusion detection. These open-source tools help me monitor network traffic in real time and flag any suspicious behavior or malicious activity. Splunk and Elastic Elk for SIEM, which allow me to aggregate, search, and analyze logs in real time. These tools help in correlating data across different systems, enabling quicker identification of threats. 2. For incident response, I prefer using tools that provide comprehensive monitoring, alerting, and collaboration capabilities. Carbon Black and CrowdStrike are great endpoint detection and response. Enter solutions that give insights into suspicious activity on endpoint devices. TheHive is an open-source incident response platform that facilitates effective collaboration and case management during security incidents. Volatility for memory forensics, helping me extract critical information when investigating complex security incidents such as malware infections. 3. When it comes to system hardening, my focus is on ensuring a strong security baseline from the outset. I use CIS benchmarks for hardening both operating systems and applications. These benchmarks provide well-established best practices to follow for secure configurations. For Linux, I prefer using Linus for automated security auditing and OpenSCAP for compliance checking. Fail2ban and OSIC are also tools I use to prevent brute force attacks and monitor server logs for potential threats. I also prioritize automation in cybersecurity, so I use tools like Ansible or Puppet to enforce security policies across large environments, ensuring that all systems remain compliant and secure. 10. How would you balance security requirements with business needs in a fast-paced IT environment? In a fast-paced IT environment, it's crucial to find a balance between robust security measures and the operational needs of the business. I believe that security should never be a roadblock to progress, but rather an enabler of safe innovation. First, I would understand the business goals and priorities thoroughly. This includes collaborating with stakeholders to identify the key objectives and how technology is enabling those goals. I would ensure that security requirements align with and support these objectives. Next, I would apply a risk-based approach to security. This means evaluating the potential risks to the business from a security perspective, prioritizing high-risk areas, and implementing solutions that provide adequate protection without causing unnecessary disruptions. For example, I would focus on critical assets and high-value data, ensuring that they are properly protected, while balancing this with more flexible controls for less sensitive systems. In addition, I would work closely with the development and operations teams to incorporate security into the software development lifecycle (CDLC), ensuring that security measures like automated testing, secure coding practices, and regular code reviews are part of the process from the start. By adopting DevSecOps practices, I can streamline security measures while maintaining agility in the development process. Finally, I would ensure that security policies are clear, scalable, and adaptable to meet the changing needs of the business. This includes ongoing education and training for staff, regular risk assessments, and keeping a close eye on the latest security trends to adapt quickly to evolving threats. The key is finding ways to implement security seamlessly, without impeding business productivity or innovation. Do you have any questions for us? Yes, thank you for asking. I do have a few questions. 1. Can you describe the primary cybersecurity challenges your organization faces and how the cybersecurity team works to address them? 2. What cybersecurity frameworks or standards do you follow here, and how does the team ensure compliance with those standards? 3. How does the organization approach continuous learning and development for its cybersecurity team, particularly when new threats and technologies emerge? 4. What is the structure of the security team, and how do you foster collaboration between cybersecurity specialists and other departments like IT and legal? 5. What are the key success metrics for a cybersecurity specialist in your organization? How is performance typically evaluated? I'm genuinely excited about the opportunity to work here, and I'm looking forward to contributing to your cybersecurity efforts. Thank you for watching. I hope you now feel more confident and ready to tackle your cybersecurity specialist interview in New Zealand. Remember, success in IT and security interviews comes from combining strong technical knowledge with clear communication and problem-solving skills. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss our future career tips and interview guides. Good luck with your interview. Your next cybersecurity role is closer than you think.